He's having better players around him, able to be more efficient and able to have fun. They're winning, and it's kind of a travesty that he didn't win MVP last year. I'm sure people think he doesn't care. I don't think he was happy about it. But the fact that he played unbelievable last year and didn't win it, I don't say his team is letting him down, but he's making sure that he's MVP this year.
You ever hear someone describe Jokic like he's a bouncer at a bakery? Like, yeah, he's not ripped, he's not fast, but good luck moving him. That's the funniest part about Nikola Jokic. He looks like a guy who'd dominate your local pickup game, then politely ask where the nearest horse track is.
Jokic reverses, and there he goes again!
And yet when he steps on an NBA floor, grown men with million-dollar bodies start looking around like, wait, are we allowed to stop him? Because if you're watching closely, you realize something. Nobody has ever really stopped him. They've delayed him, they've annoyed him, they've tried to make him bored. But stop him? No. And the scariest part is, the league thought it had time. But before we start, if you love basketball and you're one of the 90% who watch without subscribing, it's time to join the NBA Inside family. Click it and let's live this season together. Nikola Jokic didn't chase history, he walked past it. In the second quarter against Orlando, without stopping play or changing his face, Jokic became the all-time assists leader among centers. He passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar mid-possession, 13 assists, another triple-double, record gone before halftime. Most people didn't notice, neither did he. After the game, someone mentioned it. Jokic shrugged. No pause, no moment, just basketball logic. You read the floor, you make the pass, then the next possession starts. And that's the point. This wasn't a scorer chasing numbers. This was a center breaking a record by doing something centers were never supposed to do. See everything, control everything, turn teammates into answers, not with highlights, with repetition. This record didn't happen in one night. It happened because Jokic kept making the right play, and that's why it feels permanent. Not because it was allowed, but because it was inevitable. When Jokic entered the NBA, the reaction was basically relief. Second round pick, slow, no bounce, no highlight package, no six-pack, no future face of the league marketing campaign. He was the exact kind of player teams convinced themselves they could solve later. Like, we'll deal with him when it matters. And that assumption sounded reasonable, because basketball logic says athleticism wins in May.
Snap it out. Christian's got it. Give it to Jokic. Running like a horse.
Speed wins in June. Defense tightens. Space disappears. And the guy who can't jump over a phone book gets exposed. Right? That was the story they told themselves. Turns out the ceiling they kept talking about was imaginary. It was a bedtime story coaches told themselves so they could sleep. Because Jokic didn't hit a ceiling. He walked through it like it was a beaded curtain. Let's go back. 2014 draft. 40 names get called before him. 40 players get labeled more valuable. Then pick 41 shows up. A chubby Serbian kid with soft features and no explosiveness getting drafted during a Taco Bell commercial like it's an afterthought. And the scouting report did not scream future Hall of Famer. No vertical pop, not built for switching, not built for sprinting, not built for surviving in space. The kind of big man teams would target until the scoreboard started apologizing. And early on, that's what it looked like. Some spot minutes, some nice touch, some good passing for a center. And that little phrase matters for a center. For where he was drafted, for someone that's slow. There was a qualifier, always an asterisk, and the league lived in those qualifiers. Because qualifiers mean comfort, qualifiers mean control. Yeah, he's good, but that's where every defense starts. Then the flashes started happening. A triple-double here, a ridiculous pass there, a sequence where he picks apart a defense so cleanly it doesn't even look like the same sport. And every time it happened, the reaction was the same. He's smart, he's skilled, he's unique. And then the hidden part, but we'll figure him out. That's when the scheming started. The NBA tried to solve Jokic like he was a math problem. Speed him up, make him defend in space, attack him in pick and roll until he taps out, make him run, make him tired, make him uncomfortable. And don't get it twisted, on paper, that plan makes sense. If a big man can't move laterally like a guard, you hunt him. If a big man doesn't protect the rim like a freak athlete, you punish him. If he's the hub of the offense, you pressure him until he cracks.
Gotta come over more if you're Murray. Jokic, twisting, turning for the lead. Got it!
So teams built blueprints. Double him early, take away passing lanes, force fadeaways, switch everything. Dare him to beat you one-on-one. Make him work on defense until his legs turn into sandbags. And for a while, the league convinced itself the answer was in there, somewhere. Because players like Jokic aren't supposed to win titles. They're supposed to put up pretty numbers in January, get praised for IQ, make an all-star team or two, then disappear when the playoffs turn ugly. That's the script. That's the way the league prefers it. And for a moment, it felt like the league might be right. Jokic was great, but great has limits. Great runs into a wall. Great meets playoff basketball and gets humbled. Except Jokic wasn't trying to be great. He was becoming something else. Now here comes the part where everything flips. 2020-21. Jokic wins MVP. The slow second round pick is now sitting on top of the league like, surprise! And it wasn't a fluke MVP. It wasn't a best player on best team situation. It was a we don't have a category for what he's doing situation. Near triple-double, point guard assist numbers, efficiency that makes analytics people start blinking too much. And he did it without the usual superstar visuals. No nightly posters, no 360 windmills, no chase down blocks, just surgical basketball. Like a guy doing open heart surgery with oven mitts. Then he does it again. Back-to-back MVPs. The league keeps trying to hang on to the last excuse. Okay, fine. Regular season, monster. But the playoffs? The playoffs are different. The intensity rises, every possession becomes a fight. Athleticism matters. It always does. Then 2023 happens. Denver rolls through the postseason. Jokic dismantles Minnesota in the first round. He outplays Phoenix in a 7-game battle in the second. Then he dominates the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. And when Denver reaches the finals against Miami, a team built on toughness, physicality, and defensive grit, the exact kind of team that was supposed to expose his limitations, Jokic delivers one of the most complete finals performances the league had seen in years. He didn't just win the championship, he made it look inevitable. Finals MVP.
This year's Bill Russell Finals MVP goes to Nikola Jokic.
The coronation was complete. No more excuses, no more wait until the playoffs, no more qualifiers. Jokic had proven it at the highest level. So the league adjusted again. More aggressive doubles, more physical play, more complex schemes designed specifically to slow him down. Front offices studied finals tape frame by frame. Defensive coordinators built entire game plans around one question. How do we stop Nikola Jokic? The expectation was simple. Now that we've seen the blueprint, we can counter it. The reality? He got better, more efficient, more patient, more controlled. Every adjustment the league made, Jokic absorbed it, processed it, and turned it into another weapon. Double him early, he finds the open man faster. Play him more physically, he draws more fouls. Switch everything, he hunts the mismatch every single time. The tactical problem had officially emerged, and no one had an answer. So the league threw everything at him. They doubled, they trapped, they switched, they zoned. And Jokic just smiled, because every adjustment they made, he'd already solved 3 moves ago. And now in the 2025-26 season, he stopped holding back. Let's talk numbers, because what Jokic is doing right now doesn't just look dominant, it looks historically impossible. He's averaging 29.6 points, 12.3 rebounds, and 10.9 assists, a walking triple-double season. He's shooting 61.2% from the field, 42.6% from 3, 84% from the line. He leads the league in rebounds and assists. He's 5th in scoring.
Draft class is Aaron Gordon and Nikola Jokic back in 2014. And Jokic knocks it in.
No player has more triple-doubles than him. No player has more double-doubles either. And he's right back near the top of the MVP race. 2nd overall in voting with 822 points, 42 first-place votes. He finished 1st or 2nd in MVP voting 5 straight seasons. At this point, Jokic being an MVP candidate isn't news, it's weather. Now, let's talk about November 12th, 2025, because this is where the nightmare really shows itself. The Clippers had a plan. A good one. Make him score, take away his passing, force him to beat you alone. The numbers even backed it up. Denver wins more often when Jokic piles up assists than when he chases points. So LA executed. They cut off teammates, they clogged lanes, they dared him to shoot. He dropped 55 points on 23 shots, 18 for 23 from the field, 5 for 6 from 3, 14 for 16 at the line, 91% true shooting. The most productive game of his entire career.
Really improved him. Now Jokic straight away. Bang!
The Clippers solved one problem. They just picked a different way to lose. And that's the nightmare. There is no right answer. Play him straight up, he gives you 40. Double him, he picks you apart. Try to speed him up, he never speeds up. Get physical, he's stronger than you. Every solution creates a worse problem. And the scariest part isn't the scoring, it's the touch. Watch him around the rim. Floaters, push shots, half hooks off the glass. Shots defenses want you to take. Shots teams live with. Jokic makes them feel automatic. His hands are magnets. Nothing gets rushed, nothing gets fumbled. We're watching a 7-footer shoot better from floater range than most guards shoot free throws. This isn't a hot streak. This is a complete destruction of what we thought basketball looked like. And here's what keeps the league up at night. Jokic isn't slowing down, he's still getting better. Touch doesn't age, IQ doesn't age, craft doesn't require a vertical. There's no cliff coming, no expiration date. The NBA waited for his ceiling. It never showed up. So now, the question isn't how do you stop Jokic? It's how long can everyone else survive him? Because this isn't Jokic chasing another MVP. This is Jokic chasing perfect basketball. And right now, he might be getting there.